Well, I was already digging into this thing and then thought, oh, I guess I should probably videotape this. Good YouTube fodder. Anyway, I bought this, it's a Grizzly model G9956, and my use for this is going to be put it over the mill to try to eliminate the mist cloud. In the summer, it's not that big a deal, warmer weather. Of course, I end up doing it all the way through the winter, where I have to open the garage door up to a foot, and then open the back door and get some airflow through to keep the mist down. Otherwise, it gets really thick in here. This should eliminate that. I did it off of Brad's Tactical Keychains recommendation. So we'll see. I still got to kind of figure out. I got a couple ideas for how to mount it. I can either hang it from the ceiling, which is what most guys do. And the only reason I hesitate on that is because our upstairs living room and bedroom are over here. You see the big ass I-beam? Well, I'm thinking about hanging it right up in this area here, but I want to make sure the vibration doesn't make too much noise upstairs. So the box came in with some bangs and bruises. Shipper was, the truck driver was a real nice guy kind of thing, and he doesn't want any grief, but I did go ahead and open the box up while I was there and while he was there, and I didn't see anything significant. You could see that one there, and there's a couple of them, and this one coincided with the damage in the box, so there's a good chance it happened afterwards. But there's other various dents and dings and dimples. Yeah, see, there's another dent right there, but that's going up toward the ceiling. I'm never going to be able to see it. You can see that that's damage to the wrinkle finish prior to the paint. This is all fairly insignificant. Some of it's manufacturing, so that looks like it hit the styrofoam pretty hard there and stuff like that. So we'll see. I've already plugged it in. I know it does spin. I'll plug it in and we'll test it again. I want to make sure the remote and all that stuff works before I go through the effort of hanging it. But let's take a look at the other side. There's not much in here. I know the camera will actually pick up the ambient light pretty well, so I don't see any real reason to get a flashlight or anything. So it's just a big squirrel cage fan. There's the control box over there that you can remove from the outside. You don't have to come in this way. I powered it up and turned the fan on while it was sitting on the ground right after I got it out of the box. I'm not sure that's the best idea, and I didn't take any pictures before I pulled it out, but there was a big chunk of foam here, and the other one was sitting over here. I think it should have gone here, and that would stabilize the motor up and down. Then there was another thinner piece. I'm not sure where it was supposed to go, but they were taped in there side to side, and of course they got moved around. The one on the bottom was actually still wedged in there, so it was doing its job. You can see the paint flaking off up there. I was trying to blow the styrofoam out, and man, I got tons and tons of green paint chips. I can't really tell if they painted it first and then welded it. It's probably just a quick misting. Obviously, they didn't put too much effort into the paint on the inside. Not complaining, hey, it is what it is, and basically all I really need is a box with a fan to pull the air through a filter. So speaking of the filter, now granted I pulled them out already and that stuff, but this is supposed to get it down to 1 micron? Maybe 5 microns. Putting that back in, no big deal. Put the top in first and then the bottom or whatever, and then when you turn it on, these should more or less expand, they create a sock. So what Brad said is go to Home Depot or whoever, I think they use Menards, and just get normal furnace filters. Oh, there it does have airflow on the side there. So basically what he does is he gets cheap outer ones that are sacrificial and then gets a better quality inner one. And he doesn't bother using the bag because then you got to clean it out and all that kind of stuff. And once it gets plugged up, it'll never be as efficient, even if you try to wash it and clean it and stuff like that. So I will do the same thing, but I'm going to at least get my first use out of these. I won't throw the bag away on the inside, the second filter, because if I find out that it's not taking care of the mist the way I need it to, well, I'll probably end up putting that bag back in. Anyway, I wanted to fire it up here. I'm So it did seem a bit louder yesterday, and that could have very well been because of the foam that was still stuck in there. And I did get foam beads blown out the backside here, so the foam could have been touching, you know, on the fan blade or whatever. So anyway, the switch is in two positions here. Down is for manual control. And basically you just get on and off, and then you can go to remote control. They do send a battery with it. That's nice too. Has a screw hole there, so I could just put a screw, you know, and mount it on the wall there basically. So I have it in remote control mode. That's set for 2 hours. That turned it off, so that's actually quite a bit of noise. I was really hoping it was going to be quieter than that. There's a lot of noise in the shop already. And it's not infrared, it's radio frequencies, so you don't have to point it at it or anything. But I'm going to have to read how to get it so where, you know, it goes to continue instead of, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, the nice thing about having the time on there is that I could set it for 2 to 4 hours or whatever and walk out of the shop, and it would keep circulating and clear out whatever cloud was still there. Package of eye bolts there to put in the holes there in the top there. Notice styrofoam packing blocks around the motor. Oh yeah, that one on the side there was busted. There was 2 short ones and only 2 big ones. Oh, the 2 short ones was the big one busted, and there was only 2 of the big ones. So they show one down here, one on all 4 sides basically. I didn't hear any weird, unusual rattling, so I don't think anything's actually broken. Well, the instructions are actually pretty clear. When you turn this on, whichever row has a light on it is the one that the increase-decrease will be working on basically. So if you hit it and the top row's lit up, or they're all lit up, hit it again, and then that will bring it down to the bottom row. So nice. Sounds the best right now. Well, this might be a little interesting. I ordered the lift gate when this came in because it said it was 70 pounds. Side of the box says it's 70 pounds. It's nowhere near 70 pounds. The guy on the truck just, you know, grabbed it, walked it to the back of the truck, jumped out, grabbed it, walked it over to my driveway. I tilted the box down and realized, yeah, it's nowhere close to 70 pounds. Cut open the box, looked at it, pulled it out of the box, and walked it into the shop. I'm guessing it's under 50 pounds, and this fish scale, which I use to weigh postage. There's a little note, maybe I'll put it on Instagram. Aside from wanting to weigh it, the reason I'm doing this is because once I weigh it, then I'm going to hook it up to the winch to begin with, because then it is, you know, steel chain, steel hooks, steel cable, all steel all the way through, because then I want to go upstairs and hear just how much noise transfers through the floor. This beam may dampen the noise quite a bit. It may not be quite accurate, as opposed to me putting it with lag bolts and hanging it from the joists. You gotta turn it on first and let it zero. Okay, it's stabilized. It's the scale says 50 pounds, so it's reading 52.2. Let's see here. I guess if I pull down on it some more. Oh, that went to 61, so that tells me my 52 pounds isn't at the max. Almost 20 pounds lighter. Had I known it was 50 pounds, I wouldn't have paid the extra 35 bucks for the lift gate. So, thank you, Grizzly. First time this has been spun or turned in years. care if it hangs level or anything like that. I just need it to hang fully. Gotta go upstairs and see how it sounds. Well, I decided this is a very old tool. A lot of years ago I had a friend braze the socket onto here because I was using it to drive bolts on a contract kind of thing, and I got tired of it pulling off. So anyway, what I did was I went ahead and sacrificed it and cut a slot in it. So now I should be able to drive these fairly big lag style eye hooks up into the joist a whole lot easier than just, you know, getting it started and having to crank it by hand, putting a bar or a screwdriver through there. So and basically, instead of trying to spread them because it's so thick, I put them in the vise and I took the cutoff wheel and just cut it off there, and then wire wheeled and sanded the edges of the opening down a little bit, so that way it'll easily go into the chain. I found some leftover chain. I just need to figure out exactly the length. At first I was going to cut a slot in there to get them on the eye bolts, but I put them in the vise too, but I just took a screwdriver and pried them open. They were already open half that distance. I just opened them up a little bit more. This unit only weighs the 52 pounds, so spread that weight between 4 of these. One of these will easily hold that, so I'm not worried about strength. Just the lag bolt. I want a good solid lag bolt going up into that beam so they can't pull out, but other than that, the rest of this is all overkill. Well, right up here is where I plan on putting it. I need to put the 4 bolts up in the ceiling kind of thing, and then I got to figure out exactly how to get that thing up there. It's only 50 pounds, but 50 pounds trying to lift that over your head, that's not going to be easy. So we'll see. And I definitely don't want to have to move or do anything with the mill. I suppose I could mark the floor, go get the pallet jack, and just move it out of the way. That would certainly make things easier. Way easier. That might be something to consider. Alright, the C-clamp is still up there from the last time I did this. And there's a lip on the chip tray. So I put the ratcheting strap in on there and cranked it up just a little bit, so it's putting a little pressure on it, because there's a good chance I'm going to have to climb in that chip tray. And I know the mill will easily handle it. You know, the bed will handle at least 750 pounds. I forget what the spec is on it. But so I'm probably going to have to climb up in there and put a little weight on that. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to pull the panel off right there and move it more out of the way. But whether or not I can lean in there far enough, I'll probably have to have one foot on the ladder and or the stool. And well, let's see if I can do this without breaking anything. Especially me. Hear that? I'm trying to stay fairly close to the machine. Okay. Alright, they're all about 2 inches long now. Alright, I need, I've measured it out and I want 5 links. So I'm going to have to sacrifice 1, and then that'll, you know, let me do another 5, so. Yeah, I could have pried it apart, twisted it. Alright, so there's one. Let's do it the other way for giggles. Came out easier on the other one. Because of how long the leads are here, it's only going to get it so close. The heaviest end is going to be on that side. Kind of thinking this side just to hold the weight. The ratchets are going to carry the majority of it up. I might actually have to get my wife down here and help, and if that happens, I'm not going to be able to tape it. Be a lot easier if I took the plastic down, huh? Yeah, there's no good angle to get it all in here, so we get what we get. Well, it's kind of sort of working. I think I'm going to basically have to get some more, take some more of these cinch straps and put them up on the other to temporarily hold the weight. Of course, then again, I just might decide to start pulling on each of them. But because that orange one is so long, and both of them have rolled up so much strap right now, they're getting to the point, they're getting to their limit. Once you roll up too much, it starts to disengage the ratchet. There's enough room in the hook there to put them both in, but not in the hook on the heater. So I'm going to hook it into the hook on the orange strap. Alright, see, that went loose. I think I'm just going to finish with the ratchet strap, with the cinch straps. It'll get me closer. Close as I get with those. It's lean a little bit because of the way the hooks are. I'm out of ladder length to reach up any higher, so yeah, basically what I got to do is manually lift it the last part of the way. Ooh, I got an idea. Might be dumb, but we'll see. Kind of hard to see there, but basically it's a 20-something inch long piece of exhaust pipe with some towels rubber banded, a shop towel rubber banded to the top. That's lifting the load up. I think I've lifted it. It's balancing more or less, mainly between this corner here, because I've got it more under the center of the weight back there. I've got it past the center over there so that the rest of the weight is on here. But now I can go up and I can swap out those straps a little bit and get a couple more inches maybe. Alright, that'd be a no. And I need another 8 inches. That jack's already halfway to its height, so I know that works. I switched it over. The other ones are close. But everything's maxed out strap-wise, so if I let this down, it won't come down near as far as it did. And I can get a pipe or a board or something that's closer. Alright. If I can find one that's 28, I'm sure I can get enough lift out of that jack to take it the rest of the way. Well, with it being up that close, I just put the strap over the eye bolt. I am sure it's strong enough. I know it's strong enough. I'm not worried about it tearing the seam or breaking apart or anything like that. But I think that buys me the last few inches I need to be able to make that work. I need to change the one on this side. And I think I'm going to use the jack on this side. The other side's supported, so because I had the jack supporting that side, and with it supporting that side. See, the strap's plenty loose enough that I can do what I did. But, while it was coming up. Oh, lift it down. So I'm still 3 inches short. Okay, go ahead and raise it up some more. Push the jack toward me just a bit. Okay, that's good. Up a little more. Come on. There we go. Got one. Okay, hang on. Just can't figure. See, go up just a hair more. Okay.
Now, when you let this down, it's going to go right on your plastic.
Yep. So since you're here, I'm gonna raise it up at least another length. Okay, well. See, part of it, come on. Got these damn things loose. So they'll line up. Okay. So part of it is, too, is going to be at a big angle, because once that other side's lifted up, they got to pull together quite a bit, so the chains will be at an angle, and that'll help hold it up some. But should stay on remote, but I can reach up here and pull the chain if I need to. I just there's one in. And when the, oh, yeah, I gotta stay above the conduit to prove this, so, yeah, I should,